Today we will discuss the overview of the syllabus and brief introduction of machine learning. And this is the syllabus of machine learning. And this syllabus is divided into 5 units, unit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And each unit consists of 8 lectures, as you can see in the syllabus. And here are certain course outcomes, and these course outcomes describes at the end of the syllabus what you will be able to learn. So course outcome 1 is based on unit 1, and after completing the unit 1 you will be able to understand the need for machine learning and various applications, various problem solving technique of machine learning. We will not go in depth in this unit. It is just the overview of machine learning introduction and the need. Second, course outcome 2 is based on unit 2, which includes various machine learning algorithm like decision tree learning, artificial neural networks. And after completing this unit, you will be able to study the various supervised, semi-supervised, unsupervised reinforcement learning algorithms of the machine learning. And after completing the unit 3, you will be able to understand the latest trends and in machine learning. And after completing the unit 4, you will be able to learn the design appropriate machine learning algorithm for problem solving. And at the end of the unit 5, you will be able to understand the need for machine learning for various problem solving. Each outcome comes under certain knowledge levels. As you can see, that course outcome 1 comprised of knowledge level 1 and 2. What is this knowledge level? Let us understand this with the help of a diagram. These knowledge levels comes under Bloom's taxonomy, and this Bloom taxonomy is created by Benjamin Bloom. And this Bloom taxonomy helps to develop the critical thinking and higher order cognitive abilities in students. And it assumes that learning should be structured in a way that the student that you will start from the beginning, from the very easy level, and progress towards the difficult level or the complex level. So there are 6 levels of this Bloom taxonomy. Level of learnings: first level is remembering. This is given as K1 in your syllabus. Next level is understanding. Next is apply. Then analyze. Evaluate. Then create. So these are the 6 levels of learning. Bloom taxonomy is a hierarchy of these levels. that shows that the student must first master the lower level, that is remembering this is the lowest level, and it is a fundamental or a concrete level. And as we go upside, the highest level is create, that is the complex level or the abstract level. So the remembering, in this remembering level, this is just the this shows just the memorization and recollection of the facts without much understanding. In this level you will not go in depth, you just you just recall or memorize the terms without going in detail. And in understanding level, it allows to construct meaning and explain what is happening. And in apply, after completing these two levels, whatever you have understand and remember, you will apply the concept in problem solving. And after problem solving in analysis part, when you solve the problem, you will analyze the problem, its various components and relation among these components, and then evaluate. Next level is evaluate. So in this level you will need to judge, criticize and assess the information to make decision and support your views, etc. And in the create, the highest level, in this you will design and test the concept. So these are the three levels in your syllabus. This level is K1, this is K2, and up to here K6, K3, K4 and K5. So unit 1, 2 and 3 is based on these two levels. Unit 1, 2 and 3 includes these two levels only, remembering and understanding. Here you can see in this slide, course outcome 1, 2 and 3 comprised of knowledge level 1 and 2. We will go up to the understanding, remembering and understanding level. In the course outcome 4, there is the level K3 and K6, that is apply and create. We will apply the concept for problem solving, and we will design some concepts. And in CO5, this comprised of K4 and K5, that is analyze and evaluate. So this is the overview of this syllabus. These are certain course outcome, and the unit is and the syllabus is divided into these 5 units, and each unit requires 8 lectures as prescribed by the university, and near about in 40 lectures the syllabus will be completed. So let us discuss about the machine learning. What is machine learning? So machine learning is a specific term that means program that actually performs better with experience. It means it is a study of the algorithm, computer algorithm, that actually improves automatically through the experience. So before discussing this, the formal definition of machine learning, let us discuss a Venn diagram which shows the relationship between various terms. Uh, Here the artificial intelligence, Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a broad term, and this machine learning topic comes under the artificial intelligence. And the deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So this is a Venn diagram to show the various terms, relationship among various terms. Now, what is machine learning? As I just told you that machine learning is a study of computer algorithm that actually improves automatically through experience. So what do you mean by experience? Uh, let's say calculator, and calculator is not getting better as you are asked to do multiplication again and again for a certain period of time. But if the human being is asked to do the same thing, the person might actually get more accurate or faster as they do the multiplication for a certain time. So machine learning is supposed to replicate this process. As the algorithm is progressed, the um, program will learn with the experience. So it is a study of the computer algorithm that actually improves automatically through the experience. Let's discuss the formal definition of the machine learning. Given by Tom Mitchell, this definition says that a computer program is said to be learn. A computer program is said to learn from experience let's say experience E with respect to some class of task T and performance measures P. If its performance at task T as measured by P improves with experience E. So this is the formal definition of machine learning by Tom Mitchell. Uh, let's understand this definition with the help of an example. Suppose T is a task and the task T could be the recognition of spam mails. Right? Whether the mail is spam or not, this is the task. And suppose experience E is the data you give, the labeling you give, the label to the data, spam or not spam. So it is the data you give it is the data which labels it is the data which label whether the mail is spam or not spam. And performance measure is P. It is how many or what fraction of mails are labeling as spam. So here task T, what is task T? Task T is the recognition of spam mail and experience is the data which we are giving to the system, and performance measure is to calculate how many mails are spam. And so the what this definition says is that as E increases, means experience increases, the performance should get better and better. If this experience is increasing, then the performance of the algorithm should get better and better. I think this definition is clear. Now let's discuss the machine learning paradigm. In the classical programming approach, we have certain rules and we have certain data. It is processed by the algorithm or it is processed by the program, and it gives answer. For example, if we have classical programming approach to spam detection, we would have certain rules like the mail talks about money, and it puts dollar in the middle, and it has all too many caps, etc. And these are the certain rules, and we will give some data. That would be the email that we are giving to the system, and once the rule in the system of the mail are given, it will give some answer. What is the answer? Whether the mail is spam or not spam. So here the important thing is the rules are fixed. These rules are fixed, but the same work we can do with the help of machine learning. Then what will be the difference? If we are using the machine learning approach, we have certain data and answers. It means we will input the data and we will input the answer also, the spam or not spam, and this machine learning algorithm will figure out the rules for itself. These rules will map this data with this answer. So this is the basic idea of the machine learning, which you have to find out the mapping between your input and your output. So till here we have discussed the overview of machine learning. What is the where the machine learning lies in broad term among the various terms, and what is the relationship of machine learning, and what is machine learning. We have understood this discussed this with the help of this example of a spam mail, and we have discussed the machine learning paradigm.